Very good morning, respected dignitaries and the esteemed guests. It's a matter of great honor to be invited amongst a galaxy of the global as well as Indian experts on the topic of digital governance in different spheres of life, which is not only shaping our present but will also define our energy future, the adoption of digital technology in the power sector. We are living in an era defined by digital transformation from finance to healthcare, agriculture, education. Every sector is undergoing a technological revolution. Power sector just cannot be any exception. In fact, digital technology is becoming the backbone of the modern energy systems across the globe. And if I may stretch my argument, in another decade from now, the global development landscape would be defined by the progress made in digitization and decentralization of the power systems. The traditional power sector, as we all know, rested on the architecture for the centralized generation and just one-way distribution. But today, scenario has changed and we are dealing with growing demand for reliable and clean energy, less reliance or absolute zero reliance on the fossil fuel, the integration of various renewable energy resources like solar, wind, etc., increasing decentralization with the rooftop solars, microgrids, and electric vehicles, and rising expectations for the real time monitoring, resilience, cybersecurity, dynamic pricing, and so on. Digital technology provides the tools to address these challenges head on and offer solutions which are otherwise impossible at the level of the human intervention. Having said that, what a digital technology perhaps can do in reshaping or reimagining the power sector, I would just like to touch upon few issues. Key digital technologies for reshaping the power sector largely refers to the digital energy grid, which so far India has not been able to establish, but we are fast moving on that particular path. A digital energy grid refers to the modernized electrical grid system which incorporates advanced digital technologies to manage and distribute energy efficiently through smart grids. These grids use advanced sensors, IoT devices for automation and communication networks to monitor and respond to the changing energy demands and enable real-time decision making. AI and ML algorithms can forecast energy demand, detect equipment failures even before they happen, and optimize power flows. Some of these alerts can actually help in preventing the damage. Machine learning helps us in analyzing the massive data sets for predictive maintenance and operational efficiency. This leads to the seamless integration of different forms of energy, that is wind, solar, hydro, etc. IoT devices such as smart meters and connected transformers provide us granular real-time data which enables utilities to monitor energy use, reduce losses, and empower consumers with the dynamic pricing, consumption alerts, and carbon tracking via apps, thereby increasing the sustainability quotients of the power systems. Enhanced reliability and resilience can be achieved through the predictive maintenance and automated fault detection. Consumer engagement and empowerment also takes place with the interactive platforms for consumers to monitor and manage their energy usage. We are soon going to have peer-to-peer energy trading also, which will use blockchain technologies, ensuring transparent and secure transactions between producers, consumers, and especially in a very decentralized formats. We can create digital twins. These are virtual replicas of the physical assets like power plants or the grid infrastructure. These allow for the simulations, performance testing, and remote diagnostics without disrupting operations. Digital Energy Grid, therefore, aims at creating a more efficient, sustainable, and reliable energy system for the future, which no country can actually afford to delay. Forget escaping this. However, there are huge challenges associated with this in terms of the high capital costs, technology adoption, cyber security risks, need for the skilled workforce to handle such a kind of system, data privacy, governance issues. To overcome all of it, we need policy support, regulatory innovation, and collaboration amongst various stakeholders, including that of utilities, technical companies, regulators, and academia. All of it is very, very essential. In terms of the Indian context, digital technology adoption in the power sector has seen significant momentum in the recent years due to the Government of India's initiatives, and this is impacting on the efficiency and focusing on sustainability. We have RDSS, revamped distribution sector scheme, which aims for 100% smart metering. However, a couple of states, including Kerala, are still behind. There is a national smart grid mission which promotes a smart grid infrastructure. There is a policy push for the digitization in regulatory filing, real-time data sharing, and renewable energy forecasting. It is also focusing on the most optimal mix of various forms of energy, such as hydro, solar, and thermal, how we should go about it, and how we can actually achieve uh, zero emissions by 2047 and then becoming completely carbon neutral by 2070. Government initiatives in the form of various schemes like Uday, RDSS, and Saubhagya, they aim at improving the distribution efficiency of various discoms. India Solar Grid Forum, along with a team of startups with support of FIDE, that is Foundation for Interoperability of Digital Economy, is implementing the digital energy grid in UPPCL Lucknow. This is right now under testing and is likely to go live hopefully in another 2 to 4 weeks. And DEG is based on the Unified Energy Interface, a digital architecture which is very similar to UPI, that is Unified Payment Interface. And whenever this is launched, this Lucknow based project will be perhaps the first demonstration of a pilot in DEG in the world of birth of energy internet as far as India is concerned. Coming to Kerala, digital technology adoption in the power sector in Kerala has gained already a lot of momentum. And in the past decade, as part of the broader energy reforms, smart grid implementation and the drive towards renewable energy integration has taken place. It is a matter of pride that out of 1 million rooftop solar achieved, more than 1 lakh has been achieved in Kerala state only, which is appreciated by Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. However, there are few challenges which we have to cope up, and we are actually trying our best to meet them. Kerala State has Kerala State Electricity Board, which is a public sector utility in the field of generation, transmission, and distribution, and it imports a significant portion of electricity, almost 70%, from the central grid due to limited internal generation capacity. But we are now changing our generational mix also, and we are looking into various other storage mechanisms before we proceed further on our expansion of the rooftop solar and solarization of the government buildings. A revamped distribution sector scheme is funded by Government of India, and we are using it for IT and OT integration. E-vehicle charging stations have been expanded, and this infrastructure is being rolled out with GIS tracking and integration with renewable sources. We are focusing on the smart metering, advanced metering infrastructure for the better consumer billing accuracy and the energy audit. The upcoming digital energy grid and unified energy interface will certainly let people of Kerala also share and trade electricity just like they send money using the UPI. We also aim to reduce aggregate technical and commercial losses and enable time of day TOD tariffs in times to come. As far as supervisory control and data acquisition systems are concerned, they have been deployed in major cities in Trivandrum, Cochin, and Kozhikode to monitor and control substations. It is going to be expanded soon in other places also. There are smart grid pilot projects which are being implemented to enhance real-time monitoring and the load management. For your information, I would like to inform that KSEB is digitally mapping its entire transmission and distribution network using GIS for efficient asset management and outage responses. Having said that, rooftop solar is got a lot of traction in Kerala, and our energy management systems are tracking the generation from distributed energy resources. KSEB mobile app for bill payment, outage reporting, consumption history, and new connection requests is already being used by people here. Online portal for grievance redressal, connection tracking, and energy efficient advisories are also very much in place. So I can comfortably say that Kerala is quite well positioned to lead in digital transformation in the power sector thanks to its educated workforce and citizenry, high digital literacy, strong public infrastructure. However, scaling digital adoption requires continued investment, capacity building, and a regulatory framework on which the work is right now going on. Digital technology is not just a choice, but it is a necessity for the power sector's evolution. It holds the key to a more efficient, resilient, and sustainable energy future. By embracing innovation today, we are lighting the way for generations to come. There is a need for the public-private partnerships in AI innovations, collaborating with startups, academia, and research institutions to build scalable models. Kerala's push towards creating AI sandboxes for testing government use applications is quite laudable. Potential of a digital power grid with tens of millions of small homes powering a nation is a brilliant idea, and if it happens, it would be disrupting the huge power producers who have already invested huge capital and given a couple of jitters to the Ministry of Power also. But then innovations are bound to make such disruptions, and Ministry of Power needs to accept it and make policies to suit to the national interest and compensate those who may be affected because of such disruptions. I would say that in Kerala, we have an energy management center which is piloting an innovative behavioral demand response program using smart sockets and mobile apps that provide real-time consumption feedback and user alert. A similar system has already been put in practice in Delhi by Tata Power Distribution Company. The early global evidence and our local trials suggest that such initiatives can lead to saving of 3 to 5% of energy, which could actually translate to 175 gigawatt hour annually if rolled out across Kerala state. Beyond savings, this also promotes greater awareness amongst the citizens and supports our broader efforts towards energy security, climate resilience, national adoption plan, and sustainable development. We may also explore possibilities of AI-based renewable energy power generation forecaster, which is a cutting-edge solution to harness the power of artificial intelligence to accurately forecast and monitor power generation from renewable energy plants in real time by seamless integrating drivers, data sources including satellite imagery, IoT devices, stationary sensors, radar systems, and third-party data sets into a proprietary platform, it can actually deliver advanced climate intelligence services. The AI engine continuously analyzes key weather parameters such as solar irradiation, cloud cover, wind speed and direction, humidity and precipitation at the plant site, thereby guiding the likely challenges which could come for providing support to the grid and balance it. Leveraging this data, the system provides highly accurate real-time forecasts of renewable energy output, enabling smarter grid management, improved energy planning, and enhanced operational efficiency. So I have a feeling that in next 5 to 10 years, power sector is going to witness a lot of DG governance initiatives and creation of the digital energy grid systems. Thank you very much.